Okay, dann möchte ich unsere reichlichen Zuhörer begrüßen heute Nachmittag. Wir hatten einen sehr... I'm going to switch to English, sorry. Spoke too many German today. I would like to welcome all our visitors here. We had a first great day here at the Urban Steel Rockstars exhibition. All our expectations were covered. We had a lot of really good meetings, very interested people, mainly the focus on standard welding systems. I invited some old friends here. It's on one side Marco, he will introduce himself in a minute, and Jürgen. We three guys, we have long, I would say at least 20-25 years experience in automotive. So we are coming from a really strong automated area where we were able to use standard automation systems, where we were able to cover and to run fully automated systems. And we are for sure facing several changes in the market, especially automotive. And meanwhile, we are separated, working in different areas with cobots, with automation, me with Magswitch, and focusing different demands from the market. And we are on a steel and welding show today, and we would like to take this issue to discuss a little bit what is our experience in automotive, what is automation, what does automation means in welding area. And we would like to explain a little bit and give you our experience, what we think, what's the future also for welding. We were discussing fully autonomous welding solutions, stuff like this. So this should be a small podcast or talking with my friends here to give you an idea where we are and where we think market is going. To my person, first of all, my name is Markus Oerder. I'm the CEO of Magswitch. I'm working 30 years in automotive, mainly body shop applications. And if you talk about body shop applications, in the 30 years, for sure there were a lot of new technology, but mainly the strategy, the planning of a body shop were always simple. Though that means everything is fully automated with robots, but the way of producing the car is always the same. You have the metal sheet, and what are we doing in automotive is always clamping from outside. Welding, and with all the problems we have in welding in this area, means you have this clamps on the outside, you have to move the robot, you have to connect this. And presenting Magswitch here today is Magswitch means magnet and switch, to switch it on and off. So when we were working so long in automotive, we were thinking, do we want to continue, or are we looking for innovation? So we can't make it cheaper in this area. So the idea is, how can we make it different? How can we make it in a different way? And when I just explained in automotive over 30 years, it's clamping apart like this with all these problems with the magnet. The big difference is we go on the plate, and the shape of the metal sheet we need to weld is open. And I think you totally understand what benefit you can have handling a material like this. And this is a standard component, very simple. We can switch it on and off the magnet. It's off and it's on. Very simple technology. And why are we here today for the welding exhibition? Because for the guys, this very simple units are used for standard welding. That means if you want to weld 90 degrees, you can add this together, very simple. You can move it, put it in position like you want, and you can switch off it again and take it away. So this is our standard component, but this standard component is kind of intelligent because we can take several parts, but we can adjust it, and with this unit it's possible to take several different parts, 1, 2, 3, and with the inside magnetism and the sensor inside, we are able to detect this. Means this is a very simple magnet using here in the welding area, but for automotive we developed this as an intelligent system to recognize how many parts do I have, how do I have to handle, which part do I have. I can take one part and separate it. So it's an intelligent system where we are able to change the way things are done, to change the things of welding structure. And this is an innovative solution, not trying to improve something, make it completely different. And my friends on the left and on the right are our partners and using this kind of technology. And I would like to give the word to you, maybe first to you, Jürgen, to explain a little bit, okay, what kind of, how you going to use it with your cobots? What's the innovation right now, and how do you see the future of welding, and what we can improve in this?
Markus, thank you very much for introducing us. Thank you very much for saying the first words about the topic here today. Yeah, my name is Jürgen Ostermeier. I am the General Manager of Elite Robots Germany. We are the hub and sales subsidiary for a Chinese robot brand producing cobots. I don't know if you know what we mean by cobot. Cobot is a robot like you see on the video that is mentioned to work together with humans. So there are different safety regulations than with industrial robots. And that's the next step of making automation closer to all of us, even to small and medium-sized companies. Yeah, you make me pretty old with 25 years of experience, maybe together. Sorry. Or not. I look so old. No, just kidding. We know each other from the body-in-white industry of car manufacturing. So for those who don't know it, it's when you produce a car in the very first step, when you have all the metal stuff, the doors, the chassis and so on, and you have a line where every part going to the car and it's getting more and more. That's the field where we were working before, and honestly I think we can call it Champions League, probably. Yep. I always say Champions League, because if you survive in the world of car manufacturers, then you are probably able to survive everywhere with all the good and the bad points. And yeah, what happens, or how do I see the situation there? I see it, automation in the automotive field is nearly done. Yeah, I don't know, do you see it the same?
I agree with you completely, yeah.
Yeah, that means here we learned a lot the last 20, 30 years. That was why Germany, with all the well-known brands, Volkswagen, the brands, and BMW, and so on, really get a lot of experience, also a lot of mistakes, a lot of learnings. But by the end of the day, it's really high output, yeah. And I'm very proud that I was a part of it to see how this is or was working. And as we sit here, I think it's our job to take this knowledge that we already have in different technologies and bring it now to other companies, our business fields, to small and medium-sized companies, because honestly, all of you know, we have several problems here in complete Europe with the labor cost that is too high, with the lack of people, so that we need to do more automation. I think that's obviously for all of us. Yeah, so we saw a lot of different things, and now we will talk a little bit about the possibilities, the actions, maybe with a focus on welding, but all the other handling things. I want to put the ball to Marco, maybe that he can also introduce his knowledge, and then we can go in a discussion about what can be possible for the future.
Yep, thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction. Marco Paleari from AUTOMOTIVA, Italy. We are an Italian engineering company, and as told my colleagues here, we are trying to develop something new in the market, because this was the request coming directly from the market. So I'm like the final chain of this route, which is the automation, because to make a good automation we always need good products and something reliable to be part of this journey. That's why I'm in partnership at the moment with Magswitch, because we try to bring something new in the market, something sometimes unknown for the customer. The technology which Markus was explaining, it's very useful in every aspect of the market, not only in the automotive industry where we were working together for a long time, but we are seeing that, for example, beam picking application, welding application area, pick and place, positioning parts, it's becoming more and more popular to be automated also in general industry. That's why we appreciate a lot this opportunity to discover and create solutions, because as an engineering company, we are presenting complete turnkey solution in the market using Magswitch. For example, the E-series you explained before, Markus, it's something to bring a new development. The idea to understand which part I'm picking, which part I'm selecting, is really making the difference today. And only with Magswitch this is possible to the technology, so it's not a common standard magnet, but it's something that could bring an advantage, a real advantage, to use this kind of technology. The E-series is completely activated by electricity, so by without air, so it's also looking for green solution. That's another important topic, no? Sustainability, it's always a matter we always keep in mind when we went to customers, and when we are promoting something, we always have to look to sustainability of the product. So that's our view of engineering for automation, and bringing the experience of what we have done for years in big industry like automotive, I think could spread more the interest of the products, also in common application when you just need to use maybe one product, two products, and not hundreds of them to bring advantages.
So what I'm a little bit interested in, because after so much experience in automotive, and I think the last area in body shop is really this bin picking applications, though everything is automated, but the main still existing problem was to get the single parts out of a box and to place it in position. And like with Markus said, with this electrical units, we are able to detect what we have. So we can take several components out of the box. We can lift it up, separate it, and position it with this new technology. And this is now well implemented in the automotive. And Marco, I think what you are doing right now, you take this solution and bring it out of automotive. So is this also in interest for the guys for welding applications, for example?
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly the point I would like to underline, because now we have the videos of the beam picking application, for example, just in case, but this is. Bring this technology outside means in a way of saving a lot of different stuff in terms of time of execution. So if I have a product that could define that I have picked just one part, this means I have to avoid to have a different station to check if I have one or more parts with my magnet, and then I can save a lot of time, which means I can produce more parts. And this technology with this kind of activity can be replaced in different areas: general industry, oil and gas industry, steel producers. Every application can be done, and the magnets will for sure bring an upgrade of the application.
So our experience also started when we developed this for automotive with the same E-unit for cobots. So it's adapted to a cobot. I think, Jürgen, that's what you well known to. So we started selling standard components to adjust with magnets a cobot on several units on a round platform, on a standard, to be more flexible, to move the cobot very quick. And we also developed this electrical unit to handle this metal parts. What's your experience? And also because we have some customers in shipyard applications, are you already starting thinking or working with AI? So thinking about where is this technology going?
Yeah, it's very interesting, because topic automation, you can start very small, but you can also make it very big. Yeah? So I always recommend companies who have not so much experience with automation, start with a small thing. Yeah? Take one task, take one pain point, yeah, to find out what process do you want to optimize. In that case, probably welding. reasons, like I mentioned, lack of people, it's a stupid, boring work, the quality topic, yeah. If you have 3 welders in 3 shifts, yeah, everybody's doing the same, but the output is not the same, it's a little bit similar because everybody doing it in a different way. And when you find a process, then you need to think about, yeah, what is necessary for it. For example, make a welding from A to B, then you need different stuff, different products, e.g. a gripper and or a cobot, yeah. And the good thing with your products and general with the magnetic products, they are very, very flexible. For automation with robots, there is one thing very, very important, that in the easiest way, next way is AI and something, in the easiest way, it should always be the same progress, means should be always on the same place, always the same process and so on, because basically the robot is pretty stupid. He's doing what you tell him, yeah, and that it makes very much sense to put a part always on the same piece, and that is also here a big effort of such functions like a magnetic gripper, because you make sure that if a place is on a certain space, you can hold it. Yeah? Several years ago, the gripping technology was very famous, and I think it was a lot of money, a lot of development, a lot of investment always to make a gripper for a special part or piece. Am I right? So you put a lot of investment to have a gripper, and here in that case you have more flexibility. Yeah? So option 1, make it grip a part always on the same place. Here it's possible with magnetic technology, very, very easy. Yeah? Next thing is you can move also parts with a cobot and a gripper. If you have metal parts, you can suck it, you can grip it, you can I don't know what. And the magnetic way is very, very interesting. And especially in that version, if you have different layers and only want to take the upper layer, the 1 layer and not 10. Yeah? So you really have to think about all the different process and make it as easy as possible. That's very important in the very first step to get a good, reliable result. And then if you have the basement of making a machine, a process automated, you can go more and more and more into detail, because honestly, of course, you can do automation with everything, and that comes to AI more or less. Yeah. Finally, everything is going by itself because there's a big computer knowing everything with cameras and so on. But that is far, far, far away, from my point of view. Maybe not, maybe in 5 years, but for me now it's far away. And so, if you start with a basic automation, and then you can add different possibilities. Pick in a box first, always the same place. Step number 1. Step number 2, camera, and find the parts because they are chaotic, and then you go a little bit more to AI, yeah? And you can combine different processes, and then when you have started, it's more or less a self-runner from step to step to step to step to make it more complex.
Coming back to my experience, and when we implemented the new technology, this was a hard trip for us to go, because very conservative automotive industry, and you come and tell them after 30 years using this technology, change completely to a different one, was really difficult to do, because you have to change the complete mentality. But I think we were successful. Good sample is the ID bus from Volkswagen in Hannover is running completely with Magswitch end effectors and magnets. And for us, finally, it was not only the technology and the improvement of the process and much quicker cycle times. In this big body shops, the big benefit for us was like it's much more flexible working with the magnets. And in this case, Volkswagen was able to save about 20% invest, just changing the complete structure, how to do. And it's not because the product is cheaper, and this is very difficult to get in the mind of the customers, because in the past they always decided, oh, I have a clamp now, costs 100 euro, what's your product? And the product is 2,000 euro. We can't do this. So you have to explain it's a different technology. And the really benefit we found in automotive was like, because of this flexibility, we saved invest. Saved means in a body shop like the ID bus, normally they're using 300 robots, and we were able to reduce it to 250 robots. Or 180 end effectors, and it's only 120 end effectors. So we changed to complete the system, and next to the technical benefits, we saved a lot of cost. So the question, Marco, because you're now trying to work with customers outside automotive, I think it's the same. First step is like, oh, what is the cost? That's a typical question, and the magnet is much more expensive. How do you handle this with the customer? How can you explain? Because it's not a huge project like in automotive. It's single solutions. So how are you going to handle this?
Yeah, exactly. This is a typical question coming out from the customers. I don't know in Germany, but in Italy, you know, it's one of the first things they are asking you. But how much it costs? And they say, well, it's not important at the moment. The cost we will discuss the price later on, because they need to understand, like Markus said, they cannot compare the same thing like we are talking about. But you need to consider what is the surrounding of this. I mean, if you are picking a part and then you are going somewhere else to change the tool with a tool changer or whatever, you are checking with another sensor, and then you are positioning the part to do another thing with a gripper and so on. Once you can do it everything with just one item, this saves you a life in terms of cost, in terms of time, in terms of engineering to study applications. So reduce the space you are using, and this is also using, for example, Cobot. You can save a lot of space. Exactly, the cost is not just the only thing that matters in this case, but you need to think about how many things you could do instead of changing position, changing parts, using something smart. And that's the benefit. It's not so easy, but looking to what my colleagues were saying, talking about new project, but it's also easier to implement a magnetic solution in an existing line, in an existing application, because the space you have to use is considerably smaller compared to a common clamps, where you need to go outside the part to make the welding. If you're using a magnet, you can just place it on it or below it, and this is also a key good point when we are discussing about platforms. You know, it's a very popular terms in automotive today, platforms, when you are making, for example, different kind of cars in the same platform. You have to reduce the total weight of what you are doing, and using magnets you can save this in terms of cost, in terms of space, in terms of time, and it's easier to implement also in existing production.
So Jürgen, what about Cobot? So my experience in this is it's mainly maybe not the price issue, but what we recognize also in the market, the experts in the market able to handle all this very innovative new products. It's getting more and more difficult. So this kind of very easy handling with cobots, and I think it's the same issue with our magnets. It's very easy to understand the function and very easy to install. Is this your experience too in this combination?
Exactly, that's exactly my experience, because back what I said before, yeah, automotive, big companies like Volkswagen, they have a big budget, they have a lot of manpower to make automatization, yeah, and now we come to smaller companies. What they are afraid of changing their usual way of working. What's the biggest problem for humans? Change. Change is always difficult. Oh, I'm a handcraft. I'm doing my job the last 20 years in the same way, pretty good, yeah. And then somebody comes and says, "Hey, you can use a robot." The first is, "Oh no, I don't want to. I'm afraid." But people don't want to. They don't know how to handle it, and so on. So it's very important to take away the fear and make it as easy as possible. Yeah? With the programming on the Cobot on the one hand side, with the combination with products that you are using in combination, like grippers or fixtures, yeah, that the communication between these products must be very easy, so that a third company, a third customer can do it either with help from an integrator or by himself. Yeah, that are both possibilities that we can talk about. And the next very, very important thing, maybe more important than it's easy, the flexibility. Yeah, because if you talk about medium-sized company, yeah, if the invest is 100,000 and more, they always say, "Oh man, I don't know how long I need it," because they're usually not serial production. Yeah, if you have serial production, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, of course, I can exactly take hard numbers. That's the invest, that's the output, that's my benefit. After 5.3 years, product is amortized. Here in smaller products, we need flexibility. Today, they want to build up product A, next week product B, and C, and so on. And that is the challenge, meanwhile, to find partners, environment, our understanding of being flexible, cost sensitive, must not be for free. Nothing is for free, but that the people see, I can help myself. I'm not afraid of using new technologies. And deep inside, everybody knows if we don't start to be more on time, make more automation, we will not survive, and also small companies.
This was a good point, what you mentioned, partners, and that's the reason why you're sitting here and why we as Magswitch not sitting here on our own and saying, look at our great products. When we got in contact with Kemper and got asked, do you want to join this exhibition, we said, okay, we would like to, because we like your concept. And in these discussions we also had like, oh, we have very difficult times, economy is very difficult, everything is going down, everything is negative, everything is moving to somewhere. And I like it very much sitting together with partners also in this exhibition. Everything is more positive. Everybody is thinking about, okay, we have chances. It's not everything is going down. We have innovative companies, we have innovative products, and this is what I would like also to present today a little bit. And that's the reason we are 3 companies here. We as Magswitch, I think we are a very innovative company. We are trying to go new ways, trying to develop new products, to find new ways, not to reduce cost anymore, just to change something, to improve our production, to save, invest, to be more compatible against the global companies. So, and talking about this, we are also now working with Welding, coming back to Welding, for example, with shipyards in Italy, where we so far mainly sold our standard magnets to give them the possibility to work more quick, to work more easy. But in combination with companies like you, with integrators and with the robot companies, now we started projects with fully autonomous welding. So this is now maybe also the little idea of this exhibition and this key meetings here. How can we use our products? And what I can see in this partnerships is, maybe in the past we as companies always thought we can do it on our own. We have our product, we can do everything. My thinking about the future is we can't do it on our own. We need experts, we need partners, we need to work together to find this. So first of all, thank you very much that we are such good partners. And we have not too much time left, but maybe from both of you, from your side, a little bit a view to the future. What do you think? How is this business developing, and how are we all together developing here in Europe?
Yeah, at the end, business is always challenging, not depending on the products you are actually using. But I take the opportunity to enlarge the vision of our brand, which is AUTOMOTIVA, to connect to Markus' words. AUTOMOTIVA is made by automotive, of course, automation, that's our word. It's motion, because it's another important part of our job. But especially we decided to create AUTOMOTIVA for the final step of the word, which is motivation. And without motivation, I think it's very hard to present and promote something. And only people which would like really to see the future in a new combination of technology can have this. So motivation is the word of the future, in my opinion, to make changes.
Thanks, Marco. Thanks, Marco.
Yeah, that's totally right. For me, sometimes I ask myself, is it because I'm getting old, or is it because I'm getting stupid? I don't know. But meanwhile, the world, the working life especially, is changing so quick. That's incredible, yeah? So if you have a look what happens the last 5 years in field of technology, 25 years ago, internet was new. Now it's common to send 5 gigabytes with your mobile phone. I think that's life. Life is that everything is changing, and I think now it's getting really, really quick. Back to AI, yeah? I think we are just in the beginning of AI. And if we will wait 2, 3, 4 years, it's getting faster and faster and faster and faster. And to survive in this world as a human, I think, you must be open. You need partners because it's too much information for one company alone, one human alone. You need to share this information, work together and try to manage the information that the world gives to you in the best way. And we need to getting better all the time. That's basic, our inner motivation also. Everybody of us also in the working life wants to be better every day. I think that's normal for most of the people. And also here we will do a lot of big steps. I don't know where we are in 5 years, because if I look back the last 5 years, if you would ask me, I would never have any idea what happens in such short time. Let's talk together, let's build a big, great network of people. That's also what we can offer you probably later if you have any questions. Hey, let's meet, let's share contact details, because by the end of the day, you're not alone. Like we are not alone. I'm not a company supplier alone, a gripper supplier. And no, you know each other and everybody knows a little bit of the answer, of the result, of the solution. And let's talk.
So thank you very much, guys. It's only half an hour for us to do so, so it's very difficult in half an hour to cover this very interesting theme. So thank you very much again, and I also would like to thank you, the guys here from Kemper, give us the possibility to make this small introduction here, and also to join this, because I think looking to the future, this is exactly what we were talking about. This is thinking in a different way. Try to change something. Try to do it in a different way. It's technology. It's partnership. It's how we act. So I think with what we are doing with innovative products, I think we can also look very positive in the future, and hope on this exhibition a lot of people notice what we are doing, because it's new technology, it's not very well known, and this feedback is coming. This was so positive today to us, and I'm sure if more and more people recognize what we can do with our products, with our solutions, and we can get in touch and discuss. We had discussion before, maybe also in other directions. So we are available to discuss this new technology, and very welcome to support all our customers. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you. Thank you.
And have a good exhibition today and tomorrow.
Thank you. Danke.